As Ernest Hemingway noted, the world breaks everybody, and subsequently, many are more grounded in the messed up places. You must be thankful for what you can get, straightforward like, be appreciative of what you have, in light of the fact that it is like we are fortunate to try and be here. You realize you need to begin with that outlook. It's like you can't. That is the issue with web-based entertainment. This moment is when you're looking at yourself to individuals that we have this way. Huge achievement, and you're like, I need to play there. Yet you initially have to go with what you have before you. What's more, make that significant is that you conclude you need to make one come valid in your life. You can do that. It will take the brutal measure of work. You're going to must be ready to break yourself in half. You must learn more than anybody has at any point learned. You can need to propel yourself harder than anybody has ever requested that you propel yourself before you're going to go far past your breaking point. You will run until you're upchucked. You will study until you fall sleeping. You're going to be endlessly pushing. All of us who's a gold achiever defines objectives. However, not very many individuals ponder the hindrances that are there. Also, them beating the snags. To grasp the main contrast between the conceivable and the incomprehensible is your arrangement of abilities, the confidence in yourself. We all have things that we're believing for, dreams that we want to accomplish, problems we're hoping will turn around. Maybe it's to see our family restored and lose some weight, break an addiction, start our own business. But sometimes as it goes on, month after month, and even year after year, we don't see anything changing. It's easy to get discouraged and think it's never going to happen. This is as good as it gets. I'll just learn to live with it. We all go through disappointments, setbacks, losses. Pain is a part of life. It's easy to get discouraged, even bitter. I think why is this happening? But my question is, why isn't everyone? To me, it comes down to the strategies that you use. There really isn't anything objectively good or bad. There isn't anything that happens to you that can't be overcome. There isn't anything that could happen to you. Anything you're going to push again beyond that. You're going to force yourself into an adaptation response. And why? Because as Malcolm X said, the future belongs to those who prepare for it today. Assuming you continually remind yourself, later each loss, after each mishap, each time you get knocked down, I have a saying of life, wrecks you. Try and land on your back since. Supposing that you can look up, you can get up and see many individuals due to disappointment. They stop, they quit, accept. Allow me to impart something to you. You will bomb your decision, your direction to progress. Yes, 8 out of 10 moguls have been monetarily bankrupt. You will bomb your direction to progress. It doesn't make any difference how frequently you bombed it. Doesn't make any difference how frequently individuals let you know that you cannot do it. Doesn't make any difference on the off chance that you don't have a dime in the bank. You bomb your direction to progress. You don't rationalize the disappointment. You lament it. You feel the aggravation. You don't get over it. You don't minimize it. You feel the aggravation. What's more, you don't hurry to feel far improved. Presently listen to this. This is the rule of life. And I'm going to tell you, to move beyond it, you got to go through it. That is valid in countless regions. However, it is especially evident with an inability to move beyond your disappointment. That disappointment in your life, you got to go through it. You can't go around your disappointment. You can't go over your disappointment. You can't go under your disappointment. You cannot disregard your disappointment. You really want to lament the disappointment. You really want to feel the aggravation. Now we don't like inclination terrible. However, distress is something worth being thankful for. For melancholy is the way we traverse disappointment, and sorrow are the way we gain proficiency with the examples. So frequently we need to, right when we bomb. Us need to simply fail to remember it, shove it aside, stuff our emotions, and afterward quickly go to the following thing. When you stuff your emotions, when you swallow your emotions, when your stomach keeps track of who's winning, it is similar to imagining a scenario in which you took a can of Coke and you stirred it up for a long time and afterward you put it in the cooler. What will happen to it? Detonating, ultimately. It is going to emerge sideways. Also, this occurs in your life when you try not to manage your feelings appropriately. Therefore, once in a while, a half year later, disappointment, a marriage self-destructs. Or on the other hand, a half year after someone gets laid off work, there's another issue. There's actual well-being. Issue things like this because you have stirred up the can and you have this multitude of feelings feeling within. Disgrace, lament, and dread. And also, frailty. And everything that accompany disappointment. Also, you are not managing them. Thus you shake it up and say, we're simply going to place this in the cooler and attempt to forget about it. And we're going to freeze it. And what's more, it will detonate. And it's going to emerge sideways in an undertaking, or on the other hand, in the off base of a behaving or an impulsivity, or then again, enslavement or a wide range of other things. I have seen this many times in individuals' lives. You don't limit it. You don't raise to feel improved to move beyond your disappointment. You must go through the disappointment. It is far more fun to die on your sword than to die on somebody else's. I am inspired by YouTube. Now we're going to make in this episode thing. You'll get whatever you want. But this is the Corbet, you just saw it on stage. I'm sorry, you just saw it on stage. Dying in your sword is better than dying on someone else's. So many of us are doing things, making decisions and navigating your lives based on somebody else's thesis. You're doing it because you think it's the right thing because your dad's telling you it's the right thing. You are doing what you're doing right now because you're pandering to your boss, even though you don't believe in it. This is how it's going to play out. You are doing things right now. Yesterday you made a decision that you don't believe in, but you are smart. You did it because you know how your company scores. Now here's the problem with disruption and innovation. Right now you're being rewarded for being a yes person. And in 36 months, you're gonna be fired for a being yes person. And you're doing it because you just need the security of your job. I'm telling you right now, if you're watching this vlog and you've got like that, it means you have a certain DNA. Please, I implore you, please die on your sword, not on somebody else's. If you're gonna lose, it's much more fun to lose based on what you thought. Do you know how many of you are gonna lose on somebody else's thesis? It's gonna kill at you. It's gonna eat you. It's going to be the worst feeling. So please, pause this video right now and ask yourself, am I doing my things because of me? Then you're good, whether you're winning or losing. Or am I doing it because somebody else is telling me it's the right way? Or am I subconsciously pandering to please somebody or something because I need the short-term stability? Figure that one out. You know it, and I know it. You just need to do something about it. Losing focus is another way that founders get off track. I really think this is a side effect of a burnout. When you get truly worn out on maintaining the business, you believe that you should do simpler things or kind of something else satisfying. You need to go to gatherings and have individuals let you know how extraordinary you are. You realize you maintain that you should do everything that is not really fabricating the business. Also, the most widely recognized post-spicy disappointment, the case for the organizations we store, is that they're unimaginably engaged in New York City or on their organization. And afterward, after they begin doing a ton of different things, you know they exhort organizations. They go to meetings, whatever. Certain made you effective in the primary spot. There are a ton of reasons individuals lose concentration, yet fight against that. Truth be told, truly hard, the explanation for the vast majority of bums in the business are they're making the supposition that they are great at everything and they're pretentious neurotics. Also, in any event when it begins to fizzle in light of the fact that of their own insufficiencies, they don't stop themselves. That is a run-of-the-mill circumstance, so you have to look yourself in the mirror. This is difficult to do in some cases and say, where am I great at and what do I suck at? Since you would rather not spend any of your time doing things you're bad at, I'll give you an example. I disdain coordinated factors and activities when you run a product organization. You need to make 10 million circles in a month. You could do that without that. You better find a person who knows how to do that. You better make it your accomplice very right off the bat, all the while. And also, I mean accomplice. I mean you give him something. You surrender value to satisfy the shortcomings in your own portfolio. That is the key to achieving. I have never brought in any cash doing it all myself at any point. Sold quite a large number of organizations now, begun many, fizzled at numerous. I truly brought in cash for work organizations where I found individuals that were great at things that I wasn't great at. I don't mean workers. I would give value in a business so that they have the same dangers and wants that I have. There are just two things in business that matter. One is claiming it, and the other is being representative. Choose which you want to be.